You're in the trenches with Dave Lapham, presented by First Star Logistics. The Bengals were on the field Saturday night in Paycor Stadium and back on the practice field Sunday midday as they continue work for Thursday's preseason game against the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. Dave Lapham was on hand, and he has the details in our latest Bengals training camp report presented by First Star Logistics. And Lap, let's go back to yesterday, Saturday in Paycor Stadium. Very exciting to see the great turnout by fans, first off. But, there was some things happened that Mike Gesicki was one of them, kind of pulled up lame and didn't really practice on Sunday as well, from what my understanding is.
Yeah, he didn't do anything today, but I talked to him kind of at length. Really, I saw him in the cafeteria before practice, getting something to drink before he went out there, and he was out there at practice, checking out what's going on, mental reps, that sort of thing. I think it's probably got a minor issue with an ankle or a muscle pull of some sort. I don't think it's going to be anything debilitating. I don't think it's going to be anything long term. And that's good news because he's playing at a very high level. He's having a really good training camp. He's catching everything that's thrown his way. He's taking advantage of every single opportunity. He's not wasting anything, that's for sure. He's maximizing. He's doing a great job as a leader at that tight end position group. They've got quite a few players competing, just like at a lot of spots with the Cincinnati Bengals roster at training camp. This 2025 training camp season is very interesting because there's no gimmies, man. There's no I got this. I'm all set here. Other than Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, the guys that you would expect. But the tight end group, man, it's a battle royale, and everybody feels like they deserve playing time. Everybody wants to show the coach that they are deserving of that playing time, and they're out there making as many plays as they possibly can, taking advantage of what the defense gives them. Al Golden is changing things up to take the tight ends away from the middle of the football field because they are having some success against his defense in the middle of the football field. And Al's real good at making quick adjustments and changing things up and making them adjust to what he's doing. So it's interesting to watch, Mike Gesicki compete at that tight end position. I think he is going to be, when all is said and done, he's going to be the guy. He's going to get the preponderance of snaps at the tight end position. He will be on the football field. It's just how many tight ends will be on the football field with him. Will they go 12 tight ends, two tight ends in the formation? Will they go 3 tight ends? What are they going to do in down and distance situations will determine a lot of that. The base offense, whatever that is, I think that's going to be 1 tight end, 3 wide receivers out on the football field with a running back. I think Mike Gesicki is going to be the guy.
Staying with the tight ends, Noah Fant signed with the Bengals later in the week, was on the field Saturday and Sunday. Talk about what you've seen out of the newest Cincinnati Bengal.
A lot, Dave. I mean, this guy is definitely showing that he belongs. He belongs out in that football field as National Football League tight end. I mean, big-bodied guy, long arms, very big catch radius. That comes in very handy when you're competing for 50-50 balls. And a lot of those catches at the tight end position in the middle of the football field can be contested catches with linebackers and safeties. And Noah Fant has shown over the course of his NFL career that he's more than capable of making his share of those plays. I think that the offense fits him. I think that's why the Bengals went out and made the acquisition. He came out of college football as the number 1 draft pick. This guy's got first-round pick. I mean, he's got immense physical ability. He's long. He's got leverage. And when he goes into a situation in the middle of the football field, like we talked about with Gesicki, for a contested catch with those linebackers and defensive backs at the safety position, he's a guy that can come out on top, like Gesicki, because of the physical attributes and the hands and the strength in the hands and the ability and the mindset to not quit in the football, make sure they come away with the football. So I think that those are the 2 guys that the Bengals put out in the football field, potentially in that 12 personnel, when they really want to attack people in the middle of the football field with their tight ends in the passing game and let Joe Burrow go to town in that regard. and I think they got a couple of pretty good ones that Joe Burrow is going to have very, very good chemistry with, and he'll have a great feeling that they're going to be where they're supposed to be when they're supposed to be there, doing what they're supposed to do. And I think the tight end position to the offense this year for the Cincinnati Bengals.
In the Trenches with Dave Lapham is presented by First Star Logistics. First Star Logistics is one of the fastest growing companies in Cincinnati and is looking to expand its brokerage department by hiring individuals wanting a fast-paced career in the logistics industry. Visit firststarlogistics.com for details on how you could join the team at one of the top places to work in the Cincinnati area. Lap, let's continue talking about what's going on as they get ready for that first preseason game. They take Monday off, getting ready for that. Al Golden spoke to the media. One, he was extremely pleased with what he's seen out of the defensive players that reported to camp, determined, ready to go from day one. And the old saying, iron sharpens iron, has to come in play when a quarterback like Joe Burrow is going against your defense.
You're right, Dave. I mean, that is a big, big deal when your defensive football team every single day at practice, when they're going against Joe Burrow, they're going against the best quarterback in the National Football League in terms of identifying defense, throwing the football with accuracy, putting the ball where only his target, his receiver, can make a play on the football. I mean, if you break up a pass that Joe Burrow throws, you're in high cotton, man. You've done a hell of a job, because that's not an easy task. And he's got great receivers on the other end, like we talked about, that are making catches for him. And he is, I mean, it's training reel stuff, some of the throws that he's making. I mean, he is putting the ball in spots where you just can't make a play on it. The only person that can make a play on the football is his wide receiver. And, that's just an unbelievable trait to have as a quarterback, and it gives your receivers so much confidence that they're never going to get blown up. He's never going to put them in harm's way. He's never going to put the ball where as soon as they catch it, they're going to get smashed by the defense and literally get blown up and separated from the football. And it'll be one of those hits that people talk about, big hits in the NFL this past weekend. You don't want to see any Cincinnati Bengals wide receivers getting lit up by defensive backs. You'd like to see the Bengals defensive backs lighting up a bunch of opponent wide receivers. That's for sure. And Al Golden would love that as well. But, man, I mean, Al Golden's defense getting ready for the season, working against Joe Burrow on a daily basis at the quarterback position, that's as good as they're going to play against all year long. They're never going to play against a quarterback on game day that is better than Joe Burrow. So, that's a comforting feeling, really, and it's like theoretically game day should be almost like not a vacation, but we competed at a high level against Joe Burrow all week. We should be ready to show our stuff here against this guy, whoever this guy might be on Sunday. So I think Joe is going to get his defense ready to play at a premium level, and everybody's going to benefit by that. There's no question. And as far as Al Golden's concerned, he's doing his thing. Al Golden's a brilliant football coach. He has an unbelievable football mind. He has Mensa IQ in football, and he understands every nuance of the game of football. He understands, what he's trying to get done for his players to defeat an opponent on a weekly basis and defeat them every week. I mean, that's his goal, and he knows that he's going to be going up against great offenses that have a tremendous scheme that they put in specifically to go against his defense that Sunday or Monday or Thursday or whatever the case may be. And he's going to have to make some adjustments. And I think that's where his biggest attribute is. That's where he shines. He shines at making immediate adjustments. And it doesn't take him a whole series or a whole quarter to make a move, to make an adjustment. He'll do it right there. He'll do it on the football field when they're not even on the sideline. I mean, he'll make an adjustment right immediately, and change his coverage, change the leverage of his coverage, and make an adjustment that's going to make them adjust to what he just did. So he's somebody that's going to take the bull by the horns from a defensive side of things, defensive perspective, and his football players are going to love it. And they're going to respond to it. And every defense that he's coached at every level, high school, college, or NFL, they feel like they've taken control of the game. They dictate the tempo. They dictate the action. That's what he wants to do defensively. He doesn't want to be reacting to what the offense does. Then you're always a beat behind. You're always struggling. You're always behind the eight ball. He doesn't want to be in that situation. He wants to make the offense feel like they're behind the eight ball. He wants to make them feel like they're a tick behind. They haven't quite adjusted well enough to the adjustments that his defenses have made. And he's made a living doing that. He's one of the best coordinators, most creative coordinators, one of the best football minds there is in the game.
Lap, what is it like for a player? Here you are just a few days away from getting that first, you've been in contact against teammate, going as a teammate every freaking day. Now you're getting ready to where you're going to get on a field, look at a different colored jersey, going against somebody you've not gone against. What's it like for a player as you start ramping up for that first full contact preseason game?
Yeah, it's there's some excitement, Dave. There's no question. I mean, it's you get in the dog days of training camp, and training camp's nowhere near as long or as brutal or as physical or as demanding or whatever as it used to be. With when we played 6 and even 7 preseason games with the Hall of Fame game. I mean, heck, that's almost half a season, and they didn't even count, in terms of your standings, win-loss record. But it certainly did count on if you made the team. You had to play well in those football games. You had to give tremendous effort, and they were the biggest criterion that coaches used to make their final judgments on who they're going to keep on the roster, who they're going to let go, and go into the pool of wave players that would then try to hook on with somebody else. So preseason games, they could be hotly contested because guys are literally fighting for their football lives. You're not going to see Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. You're not going to see those guys for a bunch of snaps getting after it and competing. But you're going to see a lot of the other receivers, defensive backs, defensive linemen, offensive linemen that are trying to jockey for position for a significant playing time for the Cincinnati Bengals. Crack the starting lineup, or if not crack the starting lineup, become a significant player that coaches can count on to substitute in there and work in for some snaps and alleviate the load of too many snaps for some players. And coaches have the confidence to put a guy in there and do that. And the way you earn that confidence and achieve that level of comfort from a coaching staff is to play well in the preseason. So it starts against the Philadelphia Eagles. They're a high caliber football team, Super Bowl champion. I mean, can't go against a better opponent than that. So you got to figure Super Bowl champion has a damn good roster from top to bottom. I bet their roster is as good as any 90-man roster in the National Football League at training camp right now. So the Cincinnati Bengals will get everything they're asking for, man. I mean, they're going to have competition against every position group that they want to evaluate as a coaching staff, as an organization. Who's going to make the team? Who's not going to make the team? Who they think they're going to be able to put in at key moments in a football game where the game won't be too big for them. The way you start proving those kind of things to the coaches and the organization is play well in the preseason and get it done when there was something on the line. Your job. I mean, you had to fight for your life to earn a spot to stay in the National Football League and make plays. So if you can do that in the preseason in that kind of a pressure-packed situation, chances are the coaches are going to give you an opportunity to prove that you can do it in the regular season as well.
We talked about Mike Gesicki's injury from Saturday night. Marius Mims, Cam Taylor-Britt, Marco Wilson, little issues, but Mims was back on the field Sunday. Any significance of injuries that Bengals fans should be worried about?
No, I don't think there's anything that's going to curtail playing time for any of the players. I mean, I'm not sure that any of them are going to get significant playing time anyway. Mims has got a thumb injury, and it's been bothering him ever since last year. I mean, it's a chronic injury. He's got some swelling in that joint. They've taped it up. He's definitely bothered by it. It's affecting his ability to get your hands inside and lock up on defensive linemen. Also to punch on the outside. It's on his right hand, and he's playing that right tackle position. So that upfield pass rush where you have to punch and slow up the upfield charge of a defensive end is going to be a challenge for him. But I think he's gonna play. I don't think he was scheduled to play a whole lot of snaps this weekend against the Philadelphia Eagles anyway. But I do think that he's going to be fine. I think he'll be participating at a full level of participation once the regular season's underway. Same thing with everybody. Cam Taylor-Britt. I don't think he'll play in the preseason in the first game, maybe even first couple of games, but he'll get some snaps in the preseason to get his legs under him and to get back into game speed. There's nothing like the only way you can get the game speed is to play in these preseason games when you're matched up against the best that the opponent puts out there on the football field that night as well. He'll be out there when it's ones against ones, get some snaps, get ready to play. I think he'll be fine. I think that's going to be the case with pretty much everybody. I don't think there are any injuries on the Cincinnati Bengals roster that I can see that are going to be a detriment to opening day. I think everybody on that roster that makes that roster on opening day, I think will be fit and capable and able to give them reps.
You've been in the trenches with Dave Lapham, presented by First Star Logistics. First Star Logistics is one of the fastest growing companies in Cincinnati and is looking to expand its brokerage department by hiring individuals wanting a fast-paced career in the logistics industry. Visit firststarlogistics.com for details on how you can join the team at one of the top places to work in the Cincinnati area. Lap, any final thoughts as we shout out this weekend of Bengals football as we get closer and closer to the start of the regular NFL season for 2025?
Dave, I just want to thank you for all you do. We've done this for 5 years now. We've been together trying to provide content and things that people that follow the Cincinnati Bengals, rabid Cincinnati Bengal fans would like to get information about, and we're trying to provide as much of that as we possibly can. And you do a great job of putting it all together, and nobody gets to that gets to that the tape room and makes a decision on what to use and what to discard better than you do, and the final product is always something that a football fan can learn from and learn by. That's for sure. And I know Cincinnati Bengal fans appreciate it. I know I appreciate the job you do, and I've got the utmost confidence in what you put out is going to be something that everybody at First Star Logistics is going to be extremely proud of. And you've done a great job for that, for the organization, for the First Star Logistics team for a number of years, Dave. And tell you what, we certainly couldn't do it without you, my man.
Appreciate those kind words. Again, you've been in the trenches with Dave Lapham, presented by First Star Logistics. Stay tuned. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to In the Trenches with Dave Lapham if you've not done so already. Also share, help get more Bengals fans understanding what Lap has been putting out for 5 years together with First Star Logistics. Until next time, Hoo Day.
Hoo Day.